Joining me is Mr. P.D.T. Achary, former Secretary General of Lok Sabha and constitutional expert. Sir, appreciate you joining us. Can you throw some light with what is going on in the state of Jharkhand? Because despite Champai Soren, the man chosen to take place of Hemant Soren in Jharkhand, stating that he has the numbers, armed with video footage of all 43 members, which prove that he has a majority with him. Yet he hasn't been invited by the governor. Is this unconstitutional, or is it, purely in the purview of being immoral, maybe?
Well, see, when a chief minister resigns, then the governor, while accepting the resignation, normally asks the chief minister to continue in office till an alternative arrangement is made. Now, this is a normal practice which is followed by all the governors whenever such things happen in a state, when a chief minister resigns.
Sir, you're on mute. Mr. Achary, yes, go ahead, sir, go ahead.
There are constitutional reasons for that. Because under Article 163 of the Constitution, there has to be a council of ministers in office all the time to advise the governor to carry on his exercise of the governor's function. The governor cannot exercise the executive functions of the state without being advised by the council of ministers. Therefore, it is actually necessary for a council of ministers to exist. That is why the governor asked the outgoing chief minister to remain in office till an alternative arrangement is made. Now here in this particular case, I do not know exactly what happened, but Mr. Soren has resigned, and the governor should have asked the chief minister to continue in office till another chief minister is sworn in. Whether that has taken place or not, I do not know. But that is a normal thing which the governor should do. And then after that, the governor should immediately either call the leader of the largest party, or that largest party can approach him immediately and stake a claim, and which the governor.
Mr. Achary, we seem to have lost you. We've lost Mr. P.D.T. Achary, constitutional expert. We're going to try. Okay, we've got him back. Mr. Achary, so, what you're stating is that the governor, ideally, as per what has been past precedents and protocol, should invite with the single largest party here who's at least said that...
completed.
Go ahead, sir, complete.
The governor is satisfied about the claim being made by the leader of that party, then he can ask him to come a particular time and he will be sworn in as the chief minister. And after that, he can be asked to prove the majority in the house, because after all, it is the house which has to decide whether a chief minister has majority or not. It is not to be decided by Raj Bhavan. This has been made clear by the Supreme Court and also many other authorities.
So, Mr. Achary, can I interpret with what you're saying, that parading the MLAs is not needed in front of the governor? It is on the floor of the assembly?
It is not at all needed. There is no question of parading the members of the assembly before the governor, because this needs to be tested on the floor of the house, and it is the house which will decide whether this chief minister has majority or not.
So, Mr. Achary, if the current situation is where you have a party which clearly seem to have the numbers on their side, yet are not being invited by the governor 22 hours or 24 hours now after the arrest of the chief minister who has already resigned, how can this be viewed? Is this unconstitutional, sir?
No, suppose the governor has not asked Mr. Soren to continue in office till alternative arrangement is made, then there is a serious problem. Because a governor cannot act independently. A governor cannot run the government without the advice of the Council of Ministers. That is why all the constitutional experts, all the constitutional authorities have said there has to be a Council of Ministers in office to aid and advise the governor. That is it. So even if the chief minister has resigned, he will be asked to continue in office.
But he hasn't been asked to continue in office, and he is not an interim chief minister. So
No, if he has not been allowed to continue in office, that means there is a constitutional crisis. Because otherwise, the president's rule will have to be imposed. The point is that the governor cannot act on his own.
Okay.
Governor cannot run the government on his own. There has to be a council of ministers in office, or the president will take over the government and ask the governor to carry on the governance.
So,
Either of these two things.
Mr. Achary, I'm going to end it there, and I will just encapsulate, because one confirmation that we do have is that Mr. Soren, who has resigned and is now arrested, has not been asked to be an interim caretaker chief minister. So therefore, the government of Jharkhand is in constitutional crisis.
Yes.
Sir, appreciate you joining us.